Welcome to Born Without Boundaries. Pick a card. Who will you marry? These 4 piles contain 4 potential mates. Now, before you pick your pile, I want you to focus. Feel the pile that you are drawn to, that your intuition calls you to, because that's what's going to give you the insights, the information, and the energies that eventually will help you find this person and draw them to you, will help you understand and predict this beautiful individual that's coming into your life. This is soulmate energy. This is long-term love, and this is for you. So focus, feel, and then know. As you open your eyes, and you pick the pile. Pile number 1. For those of you who were drawn to this pile, there's a clarifying energy of clear quartz. There's a purity, there's truth, there's also a renewal. The first card from pile 1, trust. Oh, wow. So this is an individual that is very emotional. And you can see they have a lot of ties to the past because water represents past. It represents emotion. It represents what they have felt, what they've experienced, perhaps even from past lives. But if you see in the past, this is somebody with a great amount of dreams, whose goals and aspirations may not have been fulfilled. They have been pulled down. They have been pulled back. They have been long-term suffering from their feeling of obligation to make others happy, to make others feel safe and secure. And yet these necessities in their mind have pulled them back and drawn them back from all the potential that they are really capable of. So this is an individual that is reserved, resigned, and could be, to be honest, a little bit codependent. Somebody who is constantly putting their emotions in the backdrop. Meanwhile, these emotions are building and building and ebbing and flowing and really holding them down. And yet it's almost like they get a sense of security from this feeling of being emotionally tethered, emotionally tied. Somebody who could have experienced a great deal of hardship or suffering in their life, or engages themselves in constant or consummate suffering of others. This person works in the medical field to try to heal, to try to help, to try to assist, putting their life sometimes on the line for the benefit of others. This is somebody with a great heavy heart filled with responsibility. This is somebody who's extremely empathetic and absorbs a lot of emotion from those that come into their world. And they care, they care, they care. This person sometimes feels like an angel. They feel like the deliverer of peace, yet at the same time, it is so hard for them to attain peace. This person is stoic. This person is well-muscled. This person is well defined. This person likes to be strong so that they can shoulder the responsibility of others. This person cares. This person is a lovely balance of physical strength, practical purpose, and empathy. How do they look? How do they look? How do they look? Their well-muscled physique and exterior, covered in blue. Blue clothing, blue cloth, blue uniform, a lighter blue. Think medical scrubs. This person is exhausted, from working, overworked, but they lose themselves in work as a way to feel purposeful to others. Love is all around. This is Gemini energy. This is somebody who cannot give enough love. They say love, they talk love, they share and express love while they are shy and withdrawn and do not feel worthy of love. Once they have formed a comfort zone with you, this is somebody who will shower you with the affections, verbal affections, will not be able to speak enough into your ear about how much they adore you. This is Gemini energy. This is the energy of a communicator of ideas, somebody who likes to communicate one-on-one and will make you feel so special, like you are the only person in the world. And in many cases, you will be the only person in the world for this person. Their interest and devotion to you can borderline on obsession. For you will become their emotional ties, their emotional needs. You will become the center of their validity. You will become their success record, as if making you happy is a direct reflection upon their value. This person, because this has come up in reverse, this is Virgo energy in reverse, but this is a sense of somebody who is practical and scheduled to the point of being very self-critical, very introspective. Think of the hermit, somebody who goes within and can be very withdrawn, and somebody who has the tendencies to overanalyze themselves and their value, and to depend upon schedule, work, working 16-hour days, knowing what those days are, needing that sort of serenity and security around them. And yet, definitely somebody like a nurse, like a doctor, like an EMT, somebody who is constantly putting themselves to the side so that they can help others. Not getting a lot of sleep. It's almost like this person needs to feel like things are difficult in order for them to feel like they've done enough. So you have Virgo energy, you have water energy. This is an incredible sense of a person that needs lightness brought into their life. Somebody who makes them breathe a fresh of breath air. Somebody who is looking for somebody to make them smile and laugh and see the playfulness of life. Is that you? Here we have eternal, internal explorer, which we already knew from this inverted hermit, from this inverted Virgo, energy. This is somebody who is searching, who is spiritual to make themselves better. This is somebody who always applies things to themselves first and then to others. And it could get to the point where you could be feeling that this is actually intruding upon and creating a barrier in your relationship because they are so introspective. Because this person will assume things that they've done wrong or assume things that you feel without asking you. They will assume that they've felt, and they are highly empathetic, but the problem is the interpretations of that empathy and what that empathy is picking up. They will pick up on frustration, upset, and automatically internalize that as they must have done something to you. So they will blame themselves immediately instead of just seeking to understand, why do you feel that way, sweetheart? What is going on? What happened in your day? This person most likely will automatically assume that they've done something wrong. And they look and they search for how they can make things better. This person most certainly carries the weight of the world on their shoulders and many times can get lost inside themselves. Maybe people have called them a head case in the past, but they are not a head case. They are a heart case. They are a heart case with a strong sense of self-judgment and introspection, which means, yes, they can retreat. And because they are so heavily empathic, they can need time to purify and cleanse. But the work that they've chosen doesn't give them that time. So it can be a downward spiral of them putting themselves into the situation where they absorb too much confused energy, chaotic energy, and then allowing that to constantly compound over and over again. This person is under a lot of stress. They are somebody who bottles it and does not share it. And it's very, very difficult for you to get through to them that you are there for them. So I will say this before I even turn another card. This future husband or wife of yours is somebody with a great sense of social responsibility, perhaps an overdeveloped sense of heroism, and I have to save the day. This is somebody who will put themselves out there over and over again, but perhaps as they put themselves out there so much that it starts to intrude on your private time or your ability to connect with them. So be aware of that and be aware of their tendencies toward that, but be aware of why they feel those things and why they feel that that's what makes them valid. They think that that's what makes them useful in life, is to be of service to others. And they take it to the extreme where they are really kind of compounding and repressing themselves. Yeah, this person could very well be also Scorpio, because there is this sense of secrets, keeper of secrets, the lynx. Somebody who keeps things inside and doesn't share, but they will keep your secrets as well. This is somebody who is a wonderful confidant, who will sit patiently and who will listen. And that's that Gemini energy coming out. Geminis are exceptional listeners. This is somebody who you literally, when you talk to them, you will feel like the entire world falls away. They're making you feel like you're the only person in the room, because to them you are. They have an extreme amount of focus on the person and the issues that they're dealing with. Now, let's read. Take time out from the world and be the observer. Nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. So this person draws a great deal of strength from being from solitude. But I understand now why we got the crystal quartz. They need clarification. They need healing. They need cleansing. They heal and they cleanse so many people that they need the healing and they need the cleansing themselves, because with every secret they keep, there's another burden. There's more weight. There's more for them to have to think of and keep organized. There's more responsibilities that have weighted on their shoulders, and yet they don't ever make you feel like you are burdening them. They don't. Quite opposite. They lift your burdens. They make you feel impressed and supported. In fact, in the presence of this person, you will feel like they are so amazing and they have such everything so together that you're not good enough for them. But the truth is, they need you in their life so badly. They need you to bring a lightness. They need you to bring a sense of possibility, a prospect. More than likely, you are an air sign. You are somebody, or somebody with prominent air sign placements, meaning your rising sign or your moon sign or your Mercury sign. Somebody who offers clarity easy, who is so good at, dropping that Dawn dish liquid into the oil and making it disperse. Somebody who lends clarity to them, lends lightness and serenity to their lives. Here we have the Six of Cups. This is somebody who you've known from your past, perhaps from your childhood, somebody that you've known a great deal of time, somebody who has come back. Maybe you dated in high school and now they're with you once again. But this is also somebody, understand, that lives a lot in the past. They don't want to go far from home. They like being close to home. This might be somebody that you met from your home and you reconnect with when you have gone home, back home. So this is definitely somebody that has ties to who you were and who you will be. This is somebody who has the gentleness, tenderness, and makes you feel that you have a childlike kind of love with them. Childlike as in innocent and pure. You've known this person, or you feel like you've known this person for a very long time. This is generally energy, most definitely, of somebody like that going home, coming home. You definitely feel like you're coming home to this person. They're good at creating the feeling of home. But here's the energy where the two of you meet, where there is purpose through the past. There is that connection through the past that they so desperately need. This is not somebody that has a lot of, even if they're beautiful, which it seems that they are, because they also feel a responsibility to keep themselves well maintained. So this is somebody that goes to the gym often or has a regular workout routine. It offers them serenity. It offers them a feeling of stability and purification and cleansing. And they need that kind of routine in their life. But this is somebody who would more often feel more comfortable with somebody that they knew when they were a child and they were more open. So it's interesting how they can trust you a lot more because they've known you for such a long time. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Interesting. This is a heavy person. This is somebody who will probably come into your life again out of the blue. Somebody who everything changes with, or changes everything. Because when you get a full moon eclipse, on that eclipse, there is that sense of, release and let go. But it's also a sense of divine change. So this person will change very quickly, in that they will hold on to things, and then after years release everything. Could be after 20 years of marriage, they finally are able to let go and trust and release and purge, not on you, but on a sense of healing themselves. But this is also a sense of something tragic, or not tragic, but catastrophic, or all of a sudden might have brought the two of you together. Say a car accident, or somebody that you knew passing away and you both reconnecting at the funeral services or at the memorial services, or maybe nothing that drastic, but all of a sudden a change happens. You lose your job, or they've lost their job. It makes them go back home, and now the two of you reconnect. It's almost like you are their upside of the down. Something has happened that has affected or made a great impact or effect, and now the two of you have come back together, because that's what actually brings you back together. This is look for full moons. If you want the timing, look for full moon eclipses. There are full moon eclipses. Full moon eclipse season usually happens in the springtime. So look around those springtime eclipses going into summer to see a reconnection or a reemergence. If you haven't met this person already or seen this person yet, it could happen next year sometime during the spring or early summer months. Buying. This is really interesting energy, because buying can be a powerful stance to take, but it also is very revealing. They like to have money. They like to have a sense of financial stability. It matters a great deal to them. Now, it could very well be that they take a lot of serenity or relief in their purchasing power, because once again, it is an outward sign of their value, their ability to make a move or have a practical purpose in the world. They could fall back a lot on retail therapy. This is somebody who could very well have a Capricornian moon, somebody who does like the finer things in life. Once again, helping them create a sense of value in themselves. They're always looking for ways to compensate with the world that they're always at a reckoning with. They never feel good enough for, but they do make good money. They do make a strong income. It's very important for them. You have to understand that that strong income is something that they need for their sense of pride. So this is somebody who, you know, if they lost their job, or that could have been the catastrophic moment, a sense of losing their job, becoming unemployed, not being able to work, would seem like a catastrophe for them. They could be a Taurus or a Taurus rising, somebody who has a Cancer in Taurus, knows how to pull through those tough financial times, will always be very practical with money, but will also like to and need to know they have it to spend when they want it. This is somebody who will lavish you with gifts and show you love by buying you gifts and purchasing things for you that demonstrate that they have shown affection, showed attention to you, also complimenting you constantly. This is also somebody who on your very first date may have taken you out to a very nice restaurant, or maybe even to antique shopping, something to do with commerce and exchange, so that you could see that they also have this added value of being able to afford nice things for you. Now, be authentic. This is their challenge. This is their romantic energy. This is that sense of needing to feel like always not feeling good enough, or like themselves, they're not good enough. This is somebody who has a struggle with being authentic and allowing you to see their real self, because their real self is something that kind of gets smothered by what they wish they were, who they wish they were, what they really want to be. So once again, this is somebody who has a quirky nature. They've always felt like an oddball. They've always felt like somebody who nobody would understand, and so they just became hypersensitive and understanding toward others. They could very well be a Cancerian. This is a lot of Cancerian traits and how a lot of Cancerians behave. They are also a lot of times involved in being a nurse, or being a caretaker, or being a teacher, or a social worker of some kind. So this is somebody who really does need to be released from the shell of I always need to be what they need me to be. This is somebody who is looking for somebody to love them authentically, to see deep inside of them, to see their foibles, to see their imperfections, and not to try to change them, but to absolutely adore them. So you would be the perfect person for them, because you allow them that freedom, that feeling of lightness, to be able to be accepted for everything that they are and who they want to be able to dream, to be able to feel free, to be able to feel lighter. This is what you bring into their lives, and you see them, you know them. Perhaps you've known them so long because you've known them from childhood with that Six of Cups. There is a sense of they know they can be authentic around you because they had that sense of serenity and safety with you, because you've known them for so long. So you definitely have insights into their real self, their real person, and there's a level of comfort between the two of you where you feel like you can be your real self around them, and they feel like they can be their real self around you, even if that is something that is imperfect. You know, there's a sense of we can undress ourselves in front of each other and feel so beautiful with all of our imperfections. This could very well be somebody that has healed. I just saw one breast removed, or perhaps they have a large scar running down their leg. Perhaps they are an amputee, or have a cataract in one eye. Somebody who in some ways though tries to hide their imperfections because they think that makes them less of something, when in reality it has made them more compassionate and more authentically caring toward other people. I hope that you find this love and find this person in connection with this person and take care of each other. Love each other for who you are and trust that absolutely you can let your guard down around this person because they are not going to judge you. If they have any problem, it is that they judge themselves way too much and they could never feel good enough. And so they work and they slave and they toil. You are their serenity. You are their lightness. Do not be their critic. Do not be their judge. Do not be their psychoanalyst. Be their freedom. Be their liberation. Be their comic relief. Be their joy. I love you guys. Thank you for watching. You're here because you were drawn to this. This is a light pink rhodochrosite. It is a stone that is most typically associated with Scorpios. And this could be just scorpionic energy, or your soulmate could be a Scorpio, your future husband or wife. Understand that this is an energy of transformation, of death, so that there can be regeneration. It is a stone of healing and clearing, most especially the heart space. So clearing out that sense of hurt or suffering that old love has caused. This person will cleanse your life and you will cleanse theirs. This person will heal your suffering and heal all of those past hurts and bad loves that have left you jaded or hurt or suffering or stranded or by yourself. This person will come in as a great destroyer of all of those past pains and sufferings, lay the field to waste, and then help to heal and cleanse and clarify. This is somebody who you will have the same effect on, or they will feel useful because they can help you heal and offer you this clarity in this way. This is a chance for your heart to heal. I am blessed is your first card out. Who is this person? Lithe and beautiful, with an undercurrent of darkness. They have a pure soul. They have a beautiful exterior. But this is somebody who remains quiet, perhaps even cold. Not that they're really cold. They are seeking to understand. They are seeking to determine. This is somebody who watches very carefully from a corner and can psychically pick up on things that other people do not want to show them. This is somebody who is very engaged with spirit. Their connection to spirit is everything to them. It helps them to connect and feel grounded and feel clarified themselves. They will have a strong sense of psychic prowess and abilities. This is somebody who knows, who has learned from experience how blessed they are. And they bring that kind of recognition and understanding and clarity into your life. They bring that because they've had so many years of experience knowing how it feels to feel alone, to feel degraded. But they have used this to help them help others and learn and be compassionate to others. They don't balk at darkness, at people going through hard things or rough things. This is somebody who will bring light and spirit and healing into the darkest of places. There is a wisdom on them. Now, they might be very slight, but you can see in their eyes there is this wonderful sense of understanding and knowing. And while most of their face is so innocent and light and beautiful hearted, they have gotten to this place through experience, through hardship. So they have earned the wisdom that has brought them to the serenity that they now so amply are able to share. This is somebody who may appear cold on the outside, but they pray regularly. They are very connected to spirit and may actually be helping you to connect more deeply and more profoundly to spirit as well. Badger spirit, be fearless, be bold. This is somebody who is assertive. When they see something that they want, they go out and get it. This is Aries energy, but it doesn't they don't have to be in Aries, but it's Aries energy as in they are vivacious, they are energetic, they are energized, they seem to have endless amounts of energy and virility. This is divine masculine energy, so this is the energy of progress. This is the energy of get things done. This is the energy of sex. I want you. They have a high sex drive. They have a need to be sexual, not just physical, but sexual. However, they are a very physical person. You can see this in their physique. They are large. They are not large, but they are strong. They have a strong sense of physicality. Perhaps they have been physical for their whole lives. If this is a man, they will not be so slight. They will be larger. They will be more intimidating. This is somebody who you could really feel they could kick your ass as a man. As a woman, this could come off in a, like I said, a very slight physique, but the strength will be inside of her. This strength will be this fierceness, and you will see it played out in her devotion to her beliefs. She will never back down on her beliefs. She will never, and neither will he. This person will never back down on their beliefs because they've earned the belief in them. They have worked so hard and gone through so much to connect so deeply with themselves that there is an absolute certainty in them. Being that you also have this stone associated with Scorpio and you have this Aries energy, you could be an Aries yourself, or you could be a Scorpio attracted to an Aries. You could also, this is also Aquarian energy. There's quirkiness to them. Ultimately, what it means, however, is that there is an open-mindedness and a very intrepidaciousness when it comes to sensuality. They are very open. They are very, not as an open relationship, but open as in they like to experiment. They like to try things. Sexuality is something that they are interested in, intrigued by, and like to engage in often. Even though they have this cold exterior when you first meet them. Now we have really interesting energy. So as much as they do come across as cold at first, there is somebody here that loves music, and a way to connect with them can be through your love of music. You could have met them in a band. You could have met them in a choir. You could have met them just in a music course, or they have a prominent sense of music. And when you talk to them, this is somebody who, this is part of what connects you. You can talk to them about the type of music that you love, and you connect through music. You have that in common. There is that wonderful sense of being poetic and expressive, perhaps writing music, but also, playing you a song to express their emotions to you if they can't articulate it with words. But this is also speaks to this person's developed sense of sensuality, that it's subjective. It's not going to be blatant or blunt or yelled at you. There's a sensuality that will kind of curve around you, twist around you, like spiral around you, as if like encompassing you, almost like a cocoon, almost like a song. Take possession of your heart and not let you go. They will also give you that thrill of when you hear your favorite song on the radio. That's the same kind of thrill you'll get when you're around them, when you hear your favorite song. And even though that song may change, that feeling doesn't change, of something that's just connected deep down to parts of your soul that you never really even knew you had. So this is just an accentuated sensuality, but also collaboration. As much as this person seems like they want to be alone, they are looking for that connection as well. They're looking for somebody that harmonizes with them. They're looking for somebody that plays with them. They're looking for somebody that will share that song with them. So they want to be a part of a group. This is somebody who does like to be social, but with a small social circle, people that they have a lot in common with, which is maybe how the two of you met, in that you were already in the same social circle because you had the same interests. Let's see. Yeah, there's so much sex here, I can't even tell you. Root chakra, ground and center. Now, usually it's the sacral chakra that governs the genitals, but this is definitely way at the core. This is somebody who is, that actually, this is the message that I get. They need to be grounded because they can be so caught up in their indulgence and their decadence that they need that grounding, that sense of earth, which is probably what their spirituality gives them. It gives them that root beneath as well as that branching to reach. It gives them as above, so below. This is somebody who connects very deeply and very certainly and drags you all the way into themselves and then holds you there. This is somebody who will form deep, deep roots. This is somebody who will not like to move around often. And you can trust that once you've won their loyalty and their faithfulness, they will never want to leave you and they will stick by your side. 1010, this is a divine counterpart. They will stick by your side through thick and thin. This is somebody that has a deep sense of passion. Think of that deep red color, that just beating, pulsating, needing. Think blood. Think all of that beautiful energy that is so sensual, can be dark, but also is always reliable. It's the heart. It's the life force. It's the life force. It's like this beating, this pulsating life force that this person seems filled with as soon as they walk into the room, which also means that they have a great deal of sensuality. They're extremely good looking. Even if they're not good looking, you want to have sex with them. Like that, people can't take their eyes off of them. Now, this can lead to a little bit of jealousy on your part because this person is very sensual and they're not necessarily flirtatious, but they do get a lot of people's attention as soon as they walk into the room. And so they do have a lot of prospects and they do have a lot of options, but they don't choose their partner that way. I think that they've had a lot of partners in their past, being that they are so sexual, but they, No. They want long-term and they want commitment, and that's you. And the reason why is because they know that you're loyal. They know that you're committed. They know that they can trust you because you ground them and you offer them a sense of their own sense of stability and healing through you and the security and reliability that you provide them. So it would be your honestness and your honesty and your sincerity that has drawn them to you and made you stand out to them, because they do have a lot of other options. But it is your sincerity and your groundedness in who you are and your honesty that has made you stand out to them. But it could make you feel a little bit jealous. It could make you feel, because as soon as they walk into the room, it's something that you're going to have to get used to, the fact that they just attract people. It is that deep-rooted sense of sensuality and sexuality that they carry wherever they go. It's not something that they can put down or put away, nor is it something that they should have to. But they actually, and I'm going to say this, enjoy your jealousy. Not as if they would play off of it or make you jealous intentionally, but your demonstration or display, your protection of them, your ownership of them is actually something that will really fucking turn them on. Wolf. Oh, this person is a Scorpio. I'm not saying, or they have very prominent Scorpio placements, like a Scorpio moon, or their Pluto is in Scorpio, or their Saturn or Jupiter is in Scorpio. Wolf. Pathfinder. See, this is somebody who is not afraid to go it alone, but they really don't want to. You see, they can be that lone wolf. They can be that stray. They can be almost that iconic lone wolf that doesn't need a pack, but it really does. Every wolf needs a pack. It is hardwired for that, but they want their pack to be their family, the family that they create with you. Release your past and start a new journey. What do we say? Somebody that will help to heal all that past hurt. You are a teacher and help others find their way. There will be challenges, but your soul is strong. Perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures. I told you, this is perfect energy that goes together. They will release all those past hurts. They will eat those past hurts alive. They will know that you can feel safe around this ferocious beast while others can't. You will feel their safety and the serenity they create through their ability to see into your darkness and feast on it and defend you from all those demons and help you look at your demons too without judgment, but with acceptance. This is somebody that is going to be healing through blood, healing through that blood purification by letting it all just run out and drain out and then almost infuse you with a new life. They're also somebody who is not afraid of your beast. They're also somebody who is not afraid of you being wicked and wild. They're also somebody who would dive right in to your dark side. A win-win outcome is forecast, full moon in Libra. This is your divine equal. This is your divine balance. This is somebody who partnership means a whole heck of a lot to. But look for that full moon in Libra. Look for that time when the moon is full in Libra. Not just in Libra season, but in Libra. Because that will be when this person sort of ignites and either comes into your life or you start becoming the person that they need you to be, or getting on a path where they can sniff you out. There's something here with that Libra full moon, balancing the two of you out, balancing that energy. They're full. And like I said, this is air sign energy. It's very loving though. Libra has to do with love. Libra has to do with making love so important. So this person, love is so important to them. It actually equalizes them. I see them having had sex with a lot of people, but I don't see them having fallen in love with a lot of people, because like Libran energy, they pick one person. They pick somebody, this is somebody who picks somebody who is intensely connected to them. Somebody who, they're very picky. I'm telling you right now, they're very picky, and they have to find almost a dark beauty about you that they almost obsess over. Don't be intimidated if this person is obsessed with you, because they will be. And in some ways, I think it also gives you a sense of security that this person is so obsessed with you and is all about you and is so protective of you. You divine a certain sense of just recognizing your status in their life by the way that they treat you. And you're absolutely right. Their protectiveness is a demonstration of how much you matter to them, and you are their partner for life. They've picked one partner. They don't want any others. Like I said, the fact that they have such a sensuality and they're beautiful. I mean, this is straight up Libra Venus energy. This person is extremely attractive. As a male, they would have broad shoulders. They would have a thin waist. They would have a smaller but square cut jaw. They would have very proportional features, or features that sort of radiate their sensuality. This would be somebody who is extremely broad and well appointed, let's put it that way. But as a female, they could be smaller, they could be lithe, they could be lean, but they will have a beautiful feminine curve to them, especially on near their backside, around their backside area, almost forming like an upside down heart shape. Damn. I don't mean to be looking at your man. Ooh, I felt that. This is somebody, 5 of Cups energy, that might have a hard time letting the past go. And in fact, they had to do a lot of hard work on themselves to be able to finally release those in other words, the way that people upset them, the way that people hurt them, they hold on to that. They will hold grudges. They will be upset for a long period of time. If you hurt them or disappoint them, it may actually ruin the relationship or threaten to ruin the relationship because they do not let go very easily. This is somebody who focuses and fixates on what they have lost and what they have suffered. Now, part of this fixation is why they're so wise. It's why they've done such a deep introspection into it. They know it very well and they're not intimidated by it once they get over it. But they may linger a little too long on things. This could be their petty side. This could be that side that you need to help them out with, to say, turn around and give them the inspiration to see, but look what you still have. Look what we still have. We're still here together. We're in this together. You are not alone. Shouting. Somebody who, okay, this is somebody who represses themselves and holds themselves. And like I said, they're very contained. They may seem like ice on the outside, which is very scorpionic energy. Of course, it could also be a very Aquarian energy. Somebody who needs to break free and wants to be liberated and will have these bouts of just shouting and letting their truth rip out of them and going after people who would afflict others or hurt others or harm others, but also just like cracking through the norm and breaking through the norm and saying, I see your truth and this is what's really going on. And they will have those huge bouts of just explosive energy, and they'll be right. They'll be right. The observations that they've made will be absolutely 100% true. So know that when this person gets in these moods, they are somebody who contains themselves until they absolutely erupt and rupture. Now, you may not want to be anywhere near them when they rupture, but there's this sense of you will not be afraid. You will not be afraid of the volcano erupting because you know that it will not burn you, or you assume that it will not burn you, but they do have bouts of just explosive temper. This is an FYI, be aware of that. And it's because they contain and repress and suppress and maintain such a tight control on themselves so often that sometimes they can have these bouts of just, especially when they feel that somebody's been disloyal or that somebody has betrayed them or that there is something that they can't change or that they've lost control, they will lose control and they will have these explosive bouts. Not physically, but verbally. Not necessarily yelling at you, but just spewing everything that really was inside that they've said was okay for so long. May not have been. And then look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. Now, this is the Ice Princess awakening. So this could be very Aquarian energy, very Scorpionic energy. This is somebody who would stalk you, who would look at you on the internet, who would admire you, who would be a big fan, who would be somebody who watches you from afar and seeing, learning, picking up on your ways, feeling you before you even know they're in the room, wanting to get an assessment of you so that they don't feel vulnerable in your presence. But by the time they actually reveal themselves to you, they don't feel vulnerable. They feel empowered because they've known you. They feel like they've known you. They feel like they know you when they meet you for the first time. It may creep you out a little bit. That's the truth. But this person has such a charisma and an energy that's attracting so many people in the room, it kind of sucks you in too. But there is that sense of this person will be checking your social media profiles. This person will be watching you, looking at you, mostly in admiration, a little bit through paranoia that they're not willing to share with you. But it is a truth about them. It is a weakness to them. As well, however, there is this sense of them finding themselves and looking inwardly into themselves and still being open and willing to learn about what is making them tick. But they have to do this in silence and on their own time. There is definitely not the ability to even suggest this to them, but maybe guide them there gently. How to do that, I'm not really quite sure. But know this, outwardly, this person will be very possessive of you and be looking at your social media profiles and maybe has admired you from afar for quite some time. So when you first meet them, there will be a feeling like they know you already, even though you don't know them. And they really do like that positioning. If they're a wonderful person, there's a sense of not to have control over you, but to feel like they haven't lost control over the situation, because they really feel like they might lose control of themselves, especially when you are around. This, I feel, is a winter wedding. There is a celebration of the coldness that can bring new life. There is a connectivity between you and them during the winter seasons, liking that feeling of the world outside being harsh and dead, and inside your home being alive. It's like you give each other life in the most rough, harshest times. Happy wedding, group 2. You picked group 3. Now, group 3 started out with this really interesting little stone that actually hides itself and what it's really beautifully capable of. This is a green opal. Now, you've probably seen it in its polished state where it gets a lot deeper green, and much more radiant, but this is the green opal in its raw state, which tells me that you are drawn to things that are simple, that are raw, that have potential, or that help release your potential. This is a cleansing stone. I wouldn't be surprised if you are a Cancerian, or you're dealing with a Cancerian, or somebody with prominent Cancerian placements such as Cancer rising, so they seem almost instantly familiar to you, or a Cancer moon, so they're probably very moody and temperamental emotionally. Either way, Cancer energy is really linked with the stone because it is a tidal stone, just like Cancer is a tidal energy. Tidal meaning it bridges the gap between the land, mind, being pragmatic, and the sea, which is emotion. This is a stone that can help us balance our emotion with our mind, with our practicalities, make us feel strong, and yet also sympathetic. It's also a healing, cleansing stone, because what it does is it opens up the heart chakra. This is something, this is a stone that would help to clear out any past hurts or sufferings by bringing new joy into your life. So, in terms of your relationship, this could very well have been a person that you meet after somebody else has trampled on your heart and made you feel completely horrible. And this is that person that breathes joy back into your life and replaces all of those hurt and sad, disappointed and dark feelings, chaotic feelings, out of control feelings, suffering feelings, rotting feelings, with joy and hope and newness and a new sprout and a new flower. This person could have come into your life at almost the nick of time to give you a sense of not just stability, but balance in and of yourself by breathing joy back into your life. Somebody who saw your potential, even though you were a jade in the rough, or a green opal, not jade, a green opal in the rough. So somebody who saw your potential, or somebody who you see great potential in. But this is basically the energy of somebody who does not see things for what meets the eye, but instead knows their potential and believes in their potential. And that's why they could see the way out and the way forward, and they breathe a sense of hope and newness back into every situation. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Oh, wow. New beginning. What did I say? And I don't pick these cards with the stone. This is all, I'm picking them intuitively. So this is definitely somebody that has restarted your heart after a long period of feeling like you were tied up and tethered and strapped down with emotions that were just holding you back. This is somebody who liberates you and frees you and lets you dance again. I would not be surprised if dance and rhythm have a great deal to do with your love. Somebody who brought music or timing or fun or playfulness back into your life. This is somebody with a great deal of devil may care. I don't care what people think of me or how they look at me. I just want to dance. It's somebody that gives you the strength and the courage to live again and believe, hey, you know what? Wow, I have to give you courage. To get you back out on that dance floor where you really do belong. Now, it doesn't have to be, this is a metaphoric dance floor. It doesn't have to be a literal dance floor. But this is definitely somebody with a great deal of, like a liberating impact on your life. And it's a start over. This would be somebody who comes into your life, like I said with the stone, comes into your life to offer you healing and a new chance or a new opportunity after a great deal of heartbreak and pain and maybe abuse, because there's a lot of ties here. There's a lot of strings that are now released. This is now finding somebody that you can be free, be yourself with. They don't want to hold you down. They like you being wild and free. They like being wild and free themselves, but that's a wrong way to describe them, I think, because they do offer you a sense of security. So it's not like they're wild and free, but they let you be you and they liberate you and they don't make you feel confined or restricted. Or like I said, this could be somebody coming into your life after a long period of abuse. Lovely energy. Lovely person. I would say a longer torso and a longer neck, male or female. Somebody who gives the appearance of being very tall and very long. Even if they aren't in height, they look that way because their body is constructed very linearly. They're very linear. Not many curves here, but a lot of strength in the core because they bridge. That's what they are. They're the bridge. They're the bridge between the heart and the mind. They hold everything up. They have a strong, solid backbone. They don't question themselves a lot. Oh. They're enterprising and they're hardworking. They do like to work as a part of a team, so they will be an exceptional teammate. They put that sense of teammate and teamwork into your partnership. They don't want to dominate you. They don't want to boss you around. They don't want to control you. They want to work with you. They want to work side by side with you. And they really bring out the best in you and how you make your life more abundant. So this is somebody who is very good and really loves their work. Like whistle when they work. They love what they do. And they're very good at it. They could have already made a great deal of money. But this isn't somebody that would have inherited money. This is somebody that has worked hard for the money that they have. And they are very devoted to the job. And yet there is this sense of they don't want to make it exclusive. They don't want to make it something that they hold apart from you. They'd like to invite you in to join them. But understand that this is such a beautiful energy. This sense of abundance coming into your life and joy coming into your life. And this person bringing abundance and sweetness into your life. Or maybe it wasn't, or it hadn't been for a long time. Oh, beautiful energy. Oh, this is somebody who will protect you at night. This is somebody, maybe scorpionic energy, very loyal energy, but also somebody who will protect you from the demons that fly at night. Somebody who will almost make you have fun as you cast them out. Somebody that will make you laugh at what you used to be afraid of. Somebody that, you could meet them around the Halloween season. They're very playful. They probably like to dress up. They like to go into costume. They like to get involved in the fun aspects of holiday seasons. But this is also somebody who you might meet at a costume ball. You might meet during Halloween season because they brought you back to life. Remember, Halloween season is also a bridge season. It is that season of transitioning between something that murdered you, killed you, ripped you up inside, and then all of a sudden brought you back to life, being brought back to life, being resurrected. And this sense of playfulness that goes along with this card, it's almost like this person is like Jackie Chan. He may be kicking your ass, or he may be kicking ass, but he's also making you laugh in the process. He will bring a level of, he or she will bring a level of fun and playfulness and make all that you struggle with now seem like it's not that difficult, seem like it's not that big of a deal. They will literally go into your darkest areas and find a way to make you play and have fun with it. This could be very Sagittarian energy. This is Leo energy, but this is also like freedom to dance and freedom to be joyful and be in the moment. This is just very playful energy, and that's why I said Sagittarius, because they do have that sense of anything is possible and that we can work through anything. They are the optimist of the zodiac because they are ruled by Father Jupiter, which is why they have so much luck and so much fortune, even when they don't ask for it. But this person is a breath of fresh air in your life and somebody who will make you enjoy, like you will weather the hard times with this person and feel like, and not ever realize just how much danger you were in, because there's a sense of joy that they bring into every situation. Joy and hope. You might even have a Halloween wedding, just to say. I don't know, this could be somebody who's so playful, they might have one of those Klingon or Elven weddings. You know, they're very lost themselves in fancy, lost themselves in fantasy, love that sci-fi fantasy genre, like to just play. It's not that they're immature, because like I said, they're very enterprising and they're very hardworking, but they also love their work. They love what they do, so they have found that secret balance, right? I could spend 20 hours a day working on something. If I love it, it's never work. And they have found a way to make an abundant living out of something that gives them joy. And that's why they have so much joy to share. Earth Star Chakra, initiation. Look at this energy. But we get back to Earth. We get back to understanding. We get back to awakening, initiation. Bringing you into a whole new world and a whole new life. But also this person could be involved in clubs. They could be involved in not necessarily hidden clubs or underhanded clubs, but could just be a comic book club, you know, somebody who has a tight group of people. They have a tight knit, and they may have they have a tight knit group of people, and they may even have associations that you didn't initially assume that they would have. So it's not like they kept it intentionally a secret for you, though you may be dealing with somebody who has kept things a secret from you, but there is a sense of this person wouldn't necessarily overtly just say it. You might become very surprised at some of the clubs and organizations that they belong to. This would be somebody with like a sense of what do I want to say, eccentricity to them, to their character, which comes across at first as playful, but then a little bit intimidating and maybe like, what am I getting myself into? But follow them. Go with them, because it's a journey that you will come back from. It is another fun ride that they are going to take you on. Initiation, Earth Star Chakra. They're going to show you another side of life that you never thought could be. They're just really going to show you, open you to worlds that you didn't think existed, just because they open up your third eye. Now this isn't really interesting because this green opal has the ability to open the heart chakra and the third eye chakra at the same time. It's the bridge between those worlds. And so you've chosen this that goes perfectly, like everything is so in harmony here, it's almost crazy. But there's a sense of this person is going to awaken possibilities in you, awaken new ideas, take you to new places, introduce you to new people, and really just open your sense of possibility up where once it was closed, shut down, or maybe even damaged in some way from your past experiences. I can't. Like this, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but I feel it's more like you meet them in Scorpio season. This is maybe, I'm just going to say this, and this is why you trust them almost immediately when you meet them, a reincarnation of somebody that you love, a reincarnation of somebody. It's almost like they remind you of somebody that you love, a reincarnation of a grandparent or a great grandparent that never got to know you, never got to know them, but now you'll get to know them in this sense of that's why they feel so familiar to you. I say this because of the butterfly, and you know that butterflies carry the wings, on their wings they carry the souls of people who love us, who have passed on, and want to show us that they still feel connected and still love us very, very much, and that they're around you always. So this person may be a reincarnation of somebody who loved you always, a parent that died before you ever got a chance to know them, or that died when you were so young that you don't remember them. This would be a soul that is reincarnated, that always wanted to be a part of your life, and this is the way for them to share such a beautiful life with you and help you learn all that they've learned by passing on, and this is why they feel so familiar to you. Let's read the excerpt. Butterfly rebirth. This is also very Scorpionic energy. You can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. Once again, as you're climbing back up onto your feet, this is somebody who inspires you to keep on moving. This is somebody who you can fly with. You can go anywhere with. They'll go anywhere with you. They don't put limitations or impossibilities anywhere. They're open to infinite possibilities because their heart is open and their third eye is open. So they're awakened to the psyche, to the psychic world. They understand that not everything is as we see it, and it doesn't have to be defined, but it does have to be believed in. This is take off and fly with me. Come join me on this beautiful adventure that is almost custom made for the two of us. This could just be this person, like I said, that you meet during a very transitional phase in your life, when you're transitioning from being heartbroken, being hurt, suffering, being sad, to now feeling alive again. So you're not just being saved and rescued by this person, you're being saved and rescued by yourself. You were in the midst of this transition anyway. You were in the midst of this beautiful energy of becoming exactly who it is that you are, and that's why you welcomed this person into your life. In the most extreme cases, this can be a significant sign of you transitioning between genders, you transitioning between, at the very least, jobs, but I think it's a lot more intimate than that. You could be transitioning between religions. This is the extreme end of the spectrum. Ultimately, in all sides of the spectrum, this is you were in a transitional phase. After a heartbreak and a breakdown or a disappointment, you were rising from the ashes and becoming, through that pain and suffering, something even more beautiful. Now, this could also speak to the relationship where, in some cases, maybe 5% of you, this was a relationship that had to go through a transition. This was a relationship that had to grow up and become something else. And maybe it died and was reborn again. In some situations, that could be the case, where this is somebody who, you know what, you both gave each other a second chance because you both grew and had grown and left each other and grown up. And now you were the people that you were supposed to be with. Wow. This is the Hermit energy, which is really lovely energy for such a solid earth color. But remember, green opal is a earth and a water energy. So it's emotion and it's emotion and pragmatism and tangible resources. This is Virgo energy, looking for the direction, looking for the way, having faith. Somebody that you bumped into, taking a journey of faith, looking with inside yourself to understand yourself better. You were already on this journey and you bumped into them along the way. They could be a Virgo, a very spiritual Virgo, spiritually connected, somebody who seeks to understand themselves instead of limit themselves. Though Virgo does tend to have very limiting characteristics, they would not be a limiter. They would not be somebody. No, this is somebody who opens up. So I think it's just a sense of introspectiveness that this person has that helped them be so free. This could also be meeting them in Virgo season, sometime in late August or early September. As the seasons transition from summer to fall, they bring a sense of light and fun and playfulness into a season that is growing colder and ever more chilly. Oh my God, I can't. Now, you guys need to watch because there is a blue moon coming up. I think it's a blue moon on, oh my God. You guys, a blue moon on Halloween. It happens this year. It happens this year. That's why I said maybe you met them in costume or something. I'm not kidding. This is a blue moon on Halloween this year. Look for this person. If you chose group 3, this person's coming into your life really freaking soon. This is somebody who you may meet at a Halloween ball, a masquerade ball, just having fun and partying with your friends. This is somebody who you needed to get out, you needed to live, and you weren't even thinking of meeting this person because you were so distracted by all that you were going through, and it almost seemed impossible that you would meet this person. So your mind was not on meeting this person, but bam, all of a sudden you end up, literally you could take them home that night. You could sleep with them on the first night you meet. And the truth is there's such a synchronicity between the two of you that bam, right from that time, this is your person. I'm not telling you to go out on Halloween and fuck somebody. I'm just saying there will be such an intimate and kismet connection between you. And I'm telling you, your mind isn't even going to be on hooking up with somebody. Your mind isn't even going to be on getting to know somebody. This person is going to come out of the blue as if Mr. or Mrs. Impossible, but they are possible and they are real and they like doing fun stuff just like you. Once in a blue moon, telling you, you're not even going to think of them. You're not even going to be thinking, even though you heard this reading, you're going to forget about what I said. You're not even going to be thinking about them. Something is going to go wrong in your life or make you introspective. You're really just going to be like thinking of yourself, looking at your own good time. Bam, they're coming into your life. Fucking crazy. Or that's when you meet them, right? But I think it's them to you. I really do. Exceptionality. I'm telling you, this person is quirky. They're bubbly, they're quirky, they're different, they're weird, they're fun. They have a weird way of expressing themselves. They like weird things. They may be a video gamer. They may build video games. Like I said, they like dressing up in costume. They're an odd duck that is the perfect odd duck for you. I mean, now this person also is a sense of it's hard for them to find somebody who, it's hard for them to find somebody that they think they fit in with. Now, I just got this. There is a sense of great deal of beauty about this person, but they don't feel beautiful. They feel very odd. In fact, they present as very odd. But as you see through the costume and the makeup and whatever they're wearing, you'll see that this person is strangely attractive. And I think it's as you get to know them more and more, you'll be even more and more attractive to them. But they are odd. They have a quirky sense of humor. They have a bubbly personality. They seem to defy odds. They seem to not make any sense and yet make all the sense in the world. Feel more comfortable with them than you've ever felt with anybody in your life. They just meet your oddness with their oddness, and it's like you're two silly gooses that belong together. Yes, people may be in awe of them. You know, they may be some sort of acrobat or somebody that almost seems like they can achieve the impossible, but and impressed, and people are like, oh my God, did you see them do that? And they're not somebody that everybody would approach, but there's somebody that you will feel this instant connection with, and you'll just know exactly, you'll get them, you'll get each other. Oh my gosh. And then last but not least, we have our whispers of love. How many times have I said masquerade ball? How many times have I said it? This is my Phantom of the Opera card. in terms of this reading, I think a great deal could say that under the full moon, when you're both fooling around, playing around in disguise, suddenly, out of the blue, this person is in your life. You're not even expecting it. You're going to meet their literal mask first. Not the person that they pretend to be, the person that they were dressed up as. I'm not even kidding. And if you've already met this person, you're already planning a wedding with them, I bet you have a themed wedding, or you met sometime around Halloween or at some sort of masquerade ball, or the two of you were actors or something like that, where there's an eccentricity about the way that you met and it had to do with some sort of costuming. But this is a person who also kind of like doesn't, like their imagination is what they put forward. Their quirkiness is what they put forward. Their creativity is what they put forward, but they're a little bit shy and withdrawn and don't necessarily have the greatest sense of self-esteem when it comes to how they look. They will surprise you because this person is fucking gorgeous. They are. They are. But I don't think they realize it. There is more of a sense of them thinking about what's going on in the outside of them, thinking about what's how they can play and how they can experience life, and they're not sitting there like grooming their hair every day or things like that. But oh my God, speak with love and truth. You will find it so easy to be yourself around this person, because it's almost like the masks that you wear are liberating your true self. And because you didn't even know, or you weren't even, in other words, because you weren't trying to impress anybody, you impressed them. Because the two of you weren't trying to impress each other, you impress each other. Because you feel safe in your costume, or, whatever situation you wrapped yourself up in, and all of a sudden it's like, how did I meet this perfect person? You're not even gonna be looking for them. You're not even gonna be looking for each other. I cannot tell you how much I love this reading. That is it's just fucking awesome. Group 3, invite me to your wedding, because this is going to be the bomb shit and it's going to be so much fun. And I love Halloween too. I love you guys. Enjoy your wedding. Group 4. And I bet you guys are the rarest group. I bet that the least amount of people choose group 4. But this is a blue topaz. It's a blue topaz that's been tumbled. And this is a beautiful symbol of undying loyalty and friendship, long-term love and romance, clarity of feeling, clarity of purpose. This is a love. This is a romance that will forever be clear. Your person will never make you doubt them. You will never feel in doubt of how important you are in their life, or how important your relationship is in each other's lives. There will never be a time. This is long-term clarity. This is the matriarch and patriarch of the family, 50 years, 60 years married. You'll be celebrating those milestones together. In fact, you maybe have, if you're already watching this and you're watching this just for curiosity, Topaz is the gift of the 4th year of marriage or the 19th year of marriage. So you may very well be already married to your soulmate for 4 years or 19 years. This does celebrate the month of December, so you could be a Capricorn sun or a Sagittarius sun, not you or them. So this is somebody who will never ever make you doubt how they feel about them. In fact, it will be so clear that it's something that I feel like you'll be grateful for. There is a clarity of purpose between the two of you. There's a clarity in your relationship because there's a clarity of how they feel about you. They've always been very, very clear. Not obsessive, not pushy, not overburdening, but just when they look at you, you see their eyes shine. And in fact, I just saw a blue eye. So there is this sense of perhaps you could see the clarity in their eyes. Now, if they don't have blue eyes, there is that sense of still a clarity in their eyes and honesty to them. This stone doesn't pull any punches, and it doesn't leave any guesswork. And that's not boring. It's beautiful. It is Really, this person is for somebody who is right with themselves and who is unafraid of being seen, not in a sense of ego or I need the spotlight, but I love myself, you love yourself. We are in this stable relationship together. We have clarity with each other. We have clarity of purpose, and our relationship never gives me any doubt. So you are looking forward to, group, for this beautiful relationship with this beautiful person that you will never have to doubt ever, not ever once in your life. In fact, your whole life will be dedicated, they will be dedicated to letting you know just how much they love you, because this is really a stone of romance. It's a stone of clarity, of honesty, and of great friendship. So this person is your best friend as well. Let's get into the cards. Forgiveness. Really interesting energy that comes from a dark moon, from a dark place. And perhaps that's where the clarity of purpose came from in them. Somebody that knows and loves you so much that they are willing to forgive something that you did to hurt them, something that made them suffer, maybe an infidelity, or there was a distance between the two of you at one point. And I think it's because they have such a clarity that maybe the fact that you weren't so clear was something that really made them suffer a great deal. But there's a sense of them knowing so well that they love you, that they do have the ability to forgive you for anything. I mean, anything within human reason. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because we're not up here trying to be ridiculous. You didn't kill their parent and they forgave you for it. But there's just this sense of being able to let go of past hurts, being able to let go of suffering, which is why there's room in their mind to be able, for this clarity, and to be able to accept and fully embrace the love that they feel for you. It's really interesting, this sense, this person standing from afar, like seeing them maybe from across a crowded room. This is very scorpionic energy, but I don't feel this energy coming from them. I do feel this energy coming from you. I feel that there was a sense of they had to forgive you for something very powerful. And perhaps you had given up hope, or you'd given them freedom to make their decision. And their decision ultimately was that they couldn't take their eyes off of you. They amaze you. They really do. Because they have a kind of courage that you don't have. And that is the kind of courage that accepts and understands. And their ability to not falter on that humbles you. And you may have chosen to have some space from this person because of that. Because of that clash between their perfection and your jadedness. Because around them, as hard as you look, there's never going to be any reason to actually justify your jadedness. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Wow. Wow. And there's so much grasshopper here. So in other words, this person behaves as your conscience. This person shows you a better way. Just being in the presence of this person makes you realize how fucked up and wrong you've been. And even though you know you don't deserve them, you still want them. Because the truth is, you love them. And even though you may not be big enough or grown up enough to admit that, it's very clear to you that they're extremely special to you and that they're an extremely special person. And what's interesting is this person doesn't move on quickly. This person isn't somebody who just needs to move on and have a partner in their life. I'm picking up very Aquarian energy from them. I'm picking up very Aquarian energy simply because of the truth and telling the truth and having a clarity of purpose. There is somebody, excuse me, that you do not feel good enough for. But it's almost like, and it's almost like in a lot of ways, they are too good to be true. But if you don't take the leap of faith and jump into the idea that they can be true, then you're going to miss them. So even though you're withdrawn and you're jaded and you doubt that this person is even possible in life, believe me when I say, this is somebody that deserves your faith. This is somebody that's already, in a lot of ways, inspired your faith because of the way that they behave to the public, to their community, taking care of others, working through things, like doing the impossible that you thought nobody else could break through. They are as hard of a judgment of character as you are. They are somebody that keeps impressing you every frickin' time. And you're humbled by them. You're humbled in their presence. And there's such a stubbornness and a strength to you. There's nobody that could bring you to your knees. But this person has definitely inspired you to jump. Helpful. Whatever trouble that you've gotten yourself into, whatever irresponsible, backwards behavior that you've gotten yourself into, basically caught up in foolishness, caught up in immaturity. Somebody who, no, they rescued you because they're the fairy here. They're the clarity. They're the Aquarian. They're the Virgo. They're the Libran. They're the fairy here. They're the people who are saving you from your own chaos and craziness, from getting away from yourself or doing stupid things like making you grow up even when you don't want to grow up. And they're not doing it forcefully. They're doing it lovingly. They're doing it by always being that person who is there for you when you fuck up and when you realize, holy shit, honestly, I'm going to call this, I feel like this is a twin flame relationship. I feel like you're the runner. No, excuse me. I feel like you're the runner and they're the chaser. But in a lot of ways, they're not chasing you. They're just always there for you. And there's somebody that you have a tremendous amount of respect for. Think about Jenny and Forrest Gump. No matter how much you fuck up, no matter how much she tried to hurt herself and didn't feel good enough herself, he was still this wonderful, shining light. And he led his life and he went on and he didn't have to go on and hook up with other women or anything like that. He had one love his whole life and it was very certain and it was very sure. And the reason why she stayed away from it was because she didn't feel good enough for it, but she never disrespected him and she never would. And she always stuck up for him and she always would because she knew from the moment she met him how special he was, how special his clarity of purpose was, how special his kindness was, how special it was that he saw anything in her at all. And that's really what you have the biggest problem with, isn't it? It's that they see beauty in you and you don't see it yet, but they do. And they are your love, and they are your twin flame, and they are the person that is always going to be there for you. They see it clearly, and that's what intimidates you. But if you want happiness, leap into their arms, because they really do. This is a person that deserves the leap of faith, and they have as much clarity as you think they are. They really are a pure heart. The sound of the universe. I'm keep on picking up Aquarian energy just because of the eccentricity kind of, but this is somebody who is like picks up on things before they happen, or picks up on sort of the vibe of the time and understands socially what's going on and what's happening. They're very, very in tune to the right thing and what needs to be done to make things right. And they don't ask permission and they don't ask questions. They just do the right thing each and every time because they see the clarity. In fact, they have that beautiful, clear mind that allows them to see the clear picture and not get muddled in all the craziness and all the pretend or the illusions. They have a very clear mind that has a very far-reaching imagination, ingenuitive. They can figure things out. They can figure things. They can figure their way around the most intricate, difficult, and ridiculous situations because their mind is so clear, and they can be very sort of malleable because of it, mentally malleable, very clever, very creative, intellectually speaking, thinking outside of the box, and once again, seeing the world the way that they want it and believing that they have the power to make it that way. This is somebody who is, their imagination comes from their unbound intellect and curiosity of the world. I just keep getting more and more Aquarius. Raven, oh, wow. Shaman, you are the creator and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as the keeper of the mysteries. So you may never be able to really truly understand how this person's mind works, but ultimately they have found a home in you, and they have selected you, and a little bit of spirit has landed on your shoulder with them, and you have to trust them. This is divine trust. This is that intimate and immediate connection to the eternal of the universe. This person is more of a concept than they are a reality. The way that they live their life almost seems like there's no way that this person could be real, but they are. They're a teller of tales. They're a teller of stories. They are a transcendentalist. They really believe in the capabilities of humanity. They believe in the goodness of mankind. And perhaps that's why they're able to see potential in you that you can't even see in yourself. And initially, that is why you are so defensive toward them. But I'm telling you, you are the type of person where you were probably never planning on getting married anyway, right? And this would be the only kind of person that you would marry. This is the only one, because this is the type of person that knocks your socks off and impresses you. And it's not how beautiful you are, though I'm going to say it is a surprise at how beautiful this person is, and how very elegant and put together and clean they are. They have, I just keep seeing blue eyes, even if they're black. It doesn't matter. I just keep seeing a clarity of spirit reflected in their eyes, a clarity of purpose reflected in their eyes. There's an innocence in their eyes that comes from the wisdom that they're able to see and glean from their wide open mind that doesn't judge, lets everything in, and assesses the situation with compassion and clarity. This is somebody that, like, you can't even believe they're freaking real. And why have they come into your life? Because you need them. And this person does love to be needed. And this person does love to clarify and heal. And it's almost like they're drawn to and attracted to you because you are a living amalgamation of their purpose on earth, to see things in the impossible and make them so. Now, this person is very spiritual. In fact, their sense of spirituality may surprise you because they're so intellectual. But no. They believe in the occult. They believe in the spirit world. They may have actually had experiences and ties with the spirit world. They're probably a clairvoyant in some ways, receiving messages, speaking to spirits who've passed, speaking to spirits of loved ones who've passed. They might do medium work. They might be a tarot card reader. They might be an astrologer. They might be none of those things. And this is what I think is more accurate. They might be none of those things outwardly, being very together, very professional. And it's not that they're hiding themselves. They don't hide themselves. In fact, one of the first conversations you have with them will probably be, bam, a ghost story that they wanted to tell, an experience they had with a loved one that was passed. They don't mind talking about these things at all. They're very open about it. But the way that they carry themselves, you'd never suspect, They're not up there all emo. They're not up there with rings on their fingers and all kinds of wish bracelet like necklaces around their neck. No, they're very together, and male or female, they just got this elegance and almost austerity about their presence. But then when you get them into conversation, you realize just how broad, expanding their mind is. And they open your mind to so many things that you thought you knew. You don't know nothing. Just letting you know. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So this is a sense of transcendence, and somebody that almost wakes you from the dead of sleep. I think that this is more your energy. You're the Scorpio and there's somebody else. There's an innocence here. But if they are the Scorpio, this is a Scorpio who has transcended. They are starting over with their lives. They don't care. They're not using their stinger. They're not using their poison. They know how to use other aspects of themselves. And that's why there is such a clarity of purpose for them. This person has withstood the test of time. They have been tried by life. They have been put down, and they've seen the rough side, but somehow, even though they've seen the rough side, they have not lost faith and hope in humanity. They are the eternal optimist. They are the transcendentalist. That's the best way for me to explain their spiritual or philosophical construct. But there is this sense of newness and freshness about them, starting over after they've been in dark places. It's like they're the light when all other lights go out. That's what they are. Remember that scene? I talked about it. Remember that scene from Lord of the Rings where Galadriel gives Frodo the light of Elendil? That's what they are. They are the light in the dark place, in the place of death, Pluto, Hades. They're that light that comes through and thinks, now you're going to get resurrected. It's like they are what you see as you come back to life. Oh. This is the destruction. This is the heartache. They've suffered a great deal. They have been disappointed a great deal. The fact that they are still standing is something that is exceptionally impressive. They've lost a loved one. They've experienced the death of a mother or a father or their ex-spouse. They have gone through things, or maybe even a child, oh, God forbid. But there is that sense of looking and working through heartbreak and coming to a complete and total stall and halt. And that's why you take them seriously. Because if they were somebody that was just totally innocent, you'd brush them off as fluff. But this person has maintained their beauty and their optimism, even though they've seen the rain and they've gotten their heart ripped to shreds. And you know this about them. So you know them well enough. And it could very well be that you've been friends with them for a very long time because you wanted to keep this person in your life, but you didn't want to let yourself love them. You're going to let yourself love them. Nudity. Total exposure. Total liberation and total freedom. Throwing off those chains and those robes of heartache and suffering. This is somebody that you can be your authentic self around. This is somebody that sees you. They see you. They see you. And you know what? You see them because they're not ashamed. They're not ashamed. They don't try to hide themselves. They don't try to hold themselves back. There's no sense of pretense with them. And that's why you know so much about them and there's so much clarity about them. And you can feel so comfortable around them because they're not hiding anything. You can believe this person. You can believe in this person. They are literally letting it all out and they're spreading it out to people. They're saying, this is who I am. And in being that bold and being that honest, they are inspiring others. They don't have qualms with who they are, even if they are not perfect, but they are so beautiful and they are so clear. It's like, you see this? It's like rebirth and a new baby coming out. In fact, I do think that there will be maybe a rainbow child, somebody who came after the loss of a child that you lost, or there will be a new birth. There will be children between you. Even if you think you're too old, there will be children between you. There is a great fertility here because there is a sense of you two coming together to start a new life or create new life. Oh, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. And this is my Aquarius card. They're a unicorn and they are unique and they are beautiful. And yes, you thought there's no way in hell that this kind of person actually exists on this planet. And yet there they are. your perfect soulmate, the person that you will choose for the rest of your life. You will not have any choice, because you will know that you're in a person of somebody so special that if you let this person go, you're the biggest asshole in the world. And I think in some ways, and that might be what the heartbreak card is for, the two of you you've suffered. You've been through some shit. You may have broken up. There may have been a great deal of heartbreak between the two of you. So that you just still can't get over them. There's nobody else for you. And it's like you had to test this process. I think that when you left them, and yes, I do believe that you left them, but I think that whoever broke up with who was actually suffering, and their heart was ripped apart more than the other person, because the other person could not but love you. They couldn't do anything but love you, even if that meant letting you go. And there was that sense of, what? Even now? How the fuck can you even like me? You found your fucking unicorn group for. This is them. You better grab on. And you don't even need the reins, because this person will never kick you off. They are truth. They are loyalty. They are lovely. They are honesty. They are a level of beauty that you do not think you deserve. They are clarity. This is somebody who doesn't wear a lot of makeup. If they're, somebody who would normally wear makeup, they don't wear a lot of makeup. They like a natural look. They don't need a lot on them. They're not complicated. They're not complex in that way. They're not big on demonstration. They're big on clarity. They're big on honesty. And they're big on loyalty and pure, unadulterated love. And this is what I offer to you, group 4. I love you guys. See you at your wedding.